So the way I feel, with all my Hulkamaniacs out here, when I'm in this very ring, I'm in my own dream world, my own fantasy world, and I hope it never ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following gameplay is scheduled for entertainment and is being brought to you by a man who ventures to bring you the most absurd quips regarding the world of professional wrestling. A man who once participated in a roller derby tournament in North Carolina. He's currently 37 years old and has no idea what to do with his life. The incomparable Paul here at Nana's apartment. We are here once more today to bring you one of the more magnificent black swans here in the library of the PlayStation regarding professional wrestling, and that's WCW Nitro, developed by Inland Productions and published by THQ, which usually within the world of professional wrestling is synonymous with quality. This time, not so much. But here, specifically today, we are to tackle one of the more stubborn turds it is to flush down the memory bin of history, and that is WCW Nitro, followed up later by WCW Thunder. As is the standard fare here on Nana's apartment, WCW Nitro does have a tournament mode, which is another way to feature all of the competitors here on the roster, at least most of them, as we attempt to climb that ladder in World Championship Wrestling, get to the Heavyweight Championship, that crumb rind. Now, WCW Nitro and WCW Thunder, famous or infamous rather, they are well known for their intro screens or intro taunts for each wrestler. So as we go through the roster here, I'll let each of these humble stars introduce themselves and let you know why they should be selected for our video today.
You know, brother, you think you got what it takes to beat Hollywood Hogan? Why don't you climb in the ring and try out the largest arms in the world? Hollywood style.
If you want to wrestle an inch more Ric Flair, you gotta be able to walk that aisle and style and profile. Woo! You really think you're ready for the Stinger? You really think you're ready for the Scorpion Deathlock? You think you're ready for a fatal encounter?
This is why they call me the total package. Do you have a pain threshold to withstand the torture rack? Let's find out.
Hallo, hier ist Alex Wright. Wenn ihr High-Flying Wrestling-Action wollt, den Spinning Sidekick, den Top-Turnbuckle Dropkick, dann nehmt mich und der Sieg ist euch sicher. Ich verspreche euch.
Oh yeah! Watch the flying elbow drop off the top rope. Not only beat people 1, 2, 3, but I hurt them real bad.
It only takes one of 1,000 holds to defeat you. If you think you're man enough for the challenge, step in the ring.
Alístense, porque ustedes saben, cuando entran al ring con Eddie Guerrero, les voy a dar lo mejor de lo que yo tengo.
Hey, anytime you feel froggy, man, I'll slap on the buzz killer and rip your shoulder right out of the socket. Wolfpack style!
Hey, monkey boy. Like there's a choice here? Good God! Pick the man with the plan. Pick DDP.
Hey, all you suckers out there, you wanna play the game? You wanna play with the big boys? Put your finger on the button, cause when you go down 110th Street, it's gonna be on like neck bone, sucker.
This is Booker T from Harlem Heat, hardcore OG brother from 110th Street. If any of you punks got the guts to step up to the plate, push the button.
Yo, Chico, you selected Scott Hall? Get ready for a wild ride on the outside.
Hey there! How'd you like to get power-bombed? Come on, pick me. I'm begging you, pick me. Please pick me.
You think you got the courage to step in the ring? I think you're gonna wind up with a snap neck from the choke slam.
Technical wrestler, high flyer, brawler. It don't matter what you consider yourself to be. When you're in the ring with the crippler, you're a loser.
So that's our whole roster. Hollywood Hogan, Ric Flair, Sting, Lex Luger, Alex Wright, Macho Man Randy Savage, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Six-Pack, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. We got Stevie Ray and Booker T of Harlem Heat, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, The Giant, and Chris Benoit. We'll leave this playthrough. I'm going to eye Kevin Nash just for funsies. I know all the specials here apparently are kind of half garbage, but I want to see the Power-bomb as we go through Nitro here, or at least attempt to go through all of the challengers here on the roster. I don't know if we have continues here or infinite continues. What it's going to be like. Belt match. Oh, God. Slow on response. I feel like I haven't even pushed a button yet. Looks like L1 will be our block, which did not work there. Can I... Nash may be too big. All right, so there's a dodge. Which expertly demonstrated against Six-Pac as we're getting body slammed all day. As is often the case here on Nana's Apartment, this is the first time I've ever played this game. Going in very naively thinking, I'll get it. Just give me a minute to figure it out, and I'll figure it out. Oh, God. Nash moves so slowly. See, the problem is apparently the gameplay moves rather fast, but I feel like the button responses are rather slow. I feel like L1 and R1 are kind of your evade buttons. Forgive me as I take some time to get used to it. You have a 2-page spread in the manual basically saying, this is how you do it. And then you have a few pages of specials for everyone on the roster. I feel like this first match is going to be a dud just as I'm trying to... Okay, so you move around the D-pad. The analog sticks do fuck all. I'm trying to get a move in. That's the other thing, like, how do I do moves? Oh, I'm in the ropes there.
The rules!
Tried to block that, didn't do anything. How do you kick out? Just mash buttons, I'm assuming. Alright, so square X is Power-bomb. I don't know how close you have to be to him to do moves, though. That's the question. My toes are in the ropes. Can I pin it? Pin. Go to pin him. I'm trying to block. It's not doing me any good. And every single time I try to go for a move, I feel 6 gets one in first. I have to change the difficulty to easy to get any type of victory over these guys. I lifted him up and he immediately was on me. Just won't leave me alone. Waltman, give me a break. Humiliates Nash. That's an understatement. So I can do rematches. I don't know how many I have. If they're infinite, might as well just keep keeping on. I went for that pile driver. At least getting something right. No. How do we get in? Shit.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
How do we get back in? How do we... How do I get in? Doing a circle? Yeah, okay. Get in the ring. Keep pounding on him. I wonder if we just get him into a cycle of power bombing him and picking him back up, just devastating him that way.
Conducting the orchestra, hoisting him up, and another power bomb, and he may be going for the symphony right here. A third power bomb. The Power-bomb Symphony look for a fourth.
Getting me?
It's working so far. It ain't broke, don't fix it here on Nana's Apartment. For a person who's never put in this game before to play it in any way effectively, I think I put it in for probably 5 minutes when I was younger. At my cousin's house, sharing those familiar memories as we always do here in Nana's Apartment. I don't care how I'm doing this. It's happening. I was trying to get a power bomb. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Evading and blocking is not the easiest. You only have a fraction of a second before 6 will get a move on you if I don't get it on him first. Throws me out. Abdominal stretch on the outside. This is a lot less hectic than I thought it was going to be. I feel like I'm going to do all right eventually. If I can just keep him down. They get right back up and no-sell everything. Oh, that's the finisher right there. I can't pin him because he's too close to the ropes. I got the finisher first try. It's like Mortal Kombat-esque. You have to really hammer it in quickly. I didn't have a chance to think or talk about it while I was doing it because that's how quick you have to do it. That should be right there. Super Powerbomb, a sit-out Powerbomb, not the normal jackknife Powerbomb that Kevin Nash is known for, but nevertheless, that's a first victory. You're on WCW Nitro. 9 to go. But now that we got the first one under our belt, so to speak, I wanted to talk this episode a little bit about the obvious. We have a Hulk Hogan on the cover for WCW Nitro, and Hulk Hogan, in the year of our Lord 2025, did leave us. There's a lot of things to say about that, and a lot of things to wrestle with, no pun intended. Hopefully I have infinite continues on this adventure today. That way I can keep talking and not have to think half the time.
Yo, we put them away. Hands up, cause it's National Scissoring Day.
As talk obviously not doing me too well against Booker T, I'd rather talk about him, mention him, and recognize but not celebrate necessarily. But I wanted to at least talk about him a little bit and his contributions to the world of wrestling. Not like I need to, but it's one of those things where I'm not going to ignore the fact that such an icon and a pillar of wrestling, at least back in his day, has left us. I think it is beyond obvious that the reaction he got in his final WWE Raw appearance speaks for itself. It's not like he went out the most popular wrestling figure, that's for certain.
I wish Hogan more or less would have stuck to what he was doing in 2002 for WWE. You can't measure what he did for Brock Lesnar.
It's gonna be the fight! Oh no! The fight!
Bleeding, letting Brock decimate him in such a convincing manner, really putting over Brock's strength and his raw viciousness and his ability to climb through that ladder so quickly. Hulk Hogan was essential for that, and he could have done that for so many others, and just I could see the argument that it's like, well, if he just does it for Brock, it makes it that much more special, but it's like, yeah, but it's Hulk Hogan. He has the ability to probably do this for at least a small handful more. He was tag team champions with Edge, and it's like, that did something great for Edge, as Edge's star was building that upward momentum. You can do what Kevin Nash did for TNA. You could be a friendly, positive being on this roster, but instead, when he went to TNA, it was all about his ring and making Abyss obsess over him.
It's called Hulkamania. Yes. And it's bigger than you could ever be. It's bigger than you understand that.
And it's like, how is that really helping them when you're the end-all, be-all?
This ring stands for every Hulkamaniac in the world ever. And now it stands for the Monster Abyss.
As much as I didn't want to make a video praising Hulk Hogan because that just didn't feel appropriate for me and my particular opinions on this channel, I didn't want to make a pointless video about tearing him down either. Wrestling for me will and has always been something that is a kind of steady guidepost, something that helps me out mentally, emotionally when I need getting squared up with life. It has filled a void so many times where I've lost someone or something in life, and it's been such a huge part of me many times where I'm at a crossroads, and I love that this entity of professional wrestling and what it is and what it can be to people is what it is for me. And so I would never want to rip away something from another fan who likes Hulk Hogan or has something about Hulk Hogan that has inspired their lives or their happiness. So I do think it is important to acknowledge that people do love this man for a reason, and it's like for a reason I love my favorite superstars, and people could probably critique them as well, so it's like I'm not going to act like that's not a thing. I just also wanted just to take the time and say I love professional wrestling and what it gives to me, and I don't want to kneecap someone else's experience and take what this is for them either. I want to support what everyone loves, but I just want to put my opinions on my channel. But I also want to acknowledge that Hulk Hogan's passing was a huge event for a lot of people, and I'm not going to kick people while they're down, especially when it just comes to silly opinions like this. This is just my take on one of the biggest stars of all time within this business. And again, I just want everyone to always enjoy what they have and love and continue to love what they do about this business. Same as me.
One of the reasons I chose Kevin Nash is because as I grow older, I feel that Kevin Nash, more often than not, reflects my opinions in the world of professional wrestling and how I feel about things politically, especially.
If you watch Fox, you are not going to get the coverage of what's going on.
Not meaning to bring politics into my videos. I don't try to do that often, but I will admit that politically speaking, especially within our country, Nash and I definitely tend to see eye to eye on opinions. He's going to give me a submission? Okay. Oh, that's going to be a 3 count, though. Come on, kick out. Ah. The biggest issue I have with this game thus far is I couldn't tell you what I've done differently speed-wise as far as button input that leads to him getting a move off before me. I feel like I have to initiate the first square hit for a power bomb before I leave the tie-up with him. Because if not, he'll get it after that. Like, he'll time his input well before I will. Doesn't really matter, though, because no one sells a damn thing. Pin him. He's in the red. Pin him. Really? It's going to be luck of the draw in this match. I feel like there's a distance, too. It's a pile drive and call it a day. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. Somehow I managed to get that. No way. Rope break. Keep going for it, though. Go for that pin. Doesn't have to be after the finisher. As long as we walk away with the victory. Nash continues on as our screen narrates. Because Hogan, I feel, could have contributed a little bit better to the success of the companies he was a part of, and especially later in his life, he admitted his go with TNA could have been a little bit more supportive. But unfortunately, that's not the way it went, obviously, as we witnessed while he was there. Hogan kind of... When you look at people like Sting in AEW and Chris Jericho in AEW, what they were able to contribute, even though they were senior competitors, veterans, taking up spots on the card, but you're not taking up a spot if you're helping the young upstarts underneath you elevate themselves.
Jericho teetering on disaster and humiliation.
Here it comes again!
See, again, I can't get close enough for a move. And it kind of pisses me off. I don't know if you have to weaken people to do shit like that.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch out.
Like, I feel like you have to be a certain distance, but I can't get the timing down from when I lift them up off the mat. This game just really just evolves into who can get a move off on someone first. There's no grapple. You just have to do Mortal Kombat button combinations, a la WWF Attitude, WWF Warzone, and ECW Barely Legal and Hardcore Revolution, was it? I'm not paying attention. He's going to get it on me a lot quicker, work down my health faster, and I can get him chopped down. I wonder if I alternate it, if that'll help. Nope, just yield to him. This game makes no sense. I struggle to think how you could have fun with this game because it's just timing. It's all down to timing. It's not fun. It's a lot less fast gameplay-wise than I thought it would be. I mean, obviously, the matches go really quickly, but as far as animations, I feel like I remember this being animated a lot faster. For those wondering there in viewership land at home, how is he approaching this? There's really no scientific method. Just pray that you can pound him with more moves he can pound you with. I do the timing, the button press is the same almost every single time when I pick him up from doing a move. And you've seen the success rate. Like that right there wasn't even going for moves and mashing buttons, and it happened. Went there, executed perfectly. He got the drop kicked off first. This game is just luck of the draw, I feel at times. It's still not as bad as Backstage Assault, but not by much. I feel like at least that game had more responsiveness.
I am not an animal! I am a human being!
This game is not as responsive in any way.
Parry. Thrust. Good.
Just let me fucking do something to you. Apparently I have infinite continues, which means this is going to go on forever until I win. Paul and Nash Bart, we're going to get a full video out of this one. I feel like it wouldn't have had to been much, but someone like Hulk Hogan just talking for someone else, standing in the corner for someone else. What they were doing with Abyss and TNA, it could have been something, but they turned it to be more so that Hulk Hogan was idolized. He could have been inspiring Abyss. As corny as that whole relationship was in TNA, you could have still somehow finagled the Darby Allin Sting relationship, where it's like that's more along the lines of what you want to do. You give someone the rub, you give someone the acknowledgement that this star is willing to back you up, but they don't have to do the work for you, and you aren't useless without them. That's the difference between Sting and a guy like Hogan, where it's like, you need to show me how much you're appreciative of what I've done for you, versus the optics of merely supporting someone and helping to elevate them. The amazing tag team match in the warehouse with Darby Allin and Sting, it's like where they're equals. Darby's not being held up solely by Sting. If that makes any sense. Can't believe I kicked out of that. This could be it for Scott. If I can get one more powerbomb on it, that'll be it. Oh, no, he's going to give me a razor's edge. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to make the mistake of taunting, though, not going for that cover. That could cost him. It's not going to, though. I'm not that lucky. Your health does regenerate, though. I'll give it that. His health has regenerated a fair bit. Wrist is getting sore, mashing all these buttons. That's going to be 3. Damn it. I don't think Scott Hall is ever pulling that off in real life. Who's the biggest person Scott Hall has ever pressed? Does not feel accurate. Apparently pile drivers are easier to get off than a power bomb. Scott Hall just stand right there for it. I'm not the boss. I'll take the bump. That's not what he sounds like, Paul. I was never a huge fan while he was around. I watched TNA and he no-showed. Oh, send him home with one more pile driver, Nash. That'll be game for match 3, was it? In the center of the ring, on his head. Count them lights. It's over. And I mean, when I think TNA and Hogan, I especially feel like that could have been his time to make up for some of the mistakes in latter-day WCW. When you think of all the loveliness between Jeff Jarrett, Booker T, and Hulk Hogan, all that lovely controversy, and you could have ended it putting people over, getting in a stable somewhere, and really highlighting some others. But what we got Immortal, which was just NWO 2.0. With the Legends title, have Hulk Hogan win it first, and then it be one of those things where it's basically a way to put other people over the Legends title. That could have been something, but that's not what they did. You could have had Legends left and right putting over younger superstars, a la that title, that being its main focus. A way to legitimately and very obviously give back via a championship to the undercard, but no, we're not going to do that. First part of the pile driver is that chops, which I'm nailing right with it time after time. I feel like I had A little bit of a better time with that pile driver in that last match. Ain't working for me as well this going. Just powerbomb, right? Anything you can do, I can do as well. Because the move list is universal. You think a taller man like Nash should have an easier time getting his feet to the ropes, but I digress. His knees aren't that great. Flexibility probably in the shitter just as well. Right, I'm gonna get him over here, Paul. Yeah, he knows he's fucked. He knows the moves are coming, but somehow he's still gonna get one off on me first. Little prick. There's a power bomb. Just go for the pin. Don't get cocky. Don't need to do special. We've seen it already. Oh, he's gonna taunt me. I was gonna say taunt this and then go for a move, but didn't work that smoothly. Taunt this hip toss. Do a Piledriver. Spike your head. I'm gonna land towards the ropes though. That's not what I want. Thought I was setting up for the super powerbomb, not to be. Kick out of that. We're both flashing. Somehow I got it off, but he's nowhere near where he needs to be. And try and sneak it again. Get out of there. Come on, get up. It's an onslaught. There's the finisher. Sitting out with Alex Wright. Das Wunderkind. And that's 3. Even like the giant Paul White on AEW commentary, there are so many different ways you can give back. In little ways and in big ways. And there's a splash worth having. The giant pile drive him. Paul White on his head. But there's so many simple, subtle ways that you can give back without even putting yourself lower. But Hogan was never creative enough to kind of manage that in my eyes. He was never onto the fact that all you had to do was think about the different ways where you can positively increase someone else's image. If you grew up in the 80s, he was undoubtedly a staple of your childhood. Again, for me, myself, and I in this channel, first time I saw Hulk Hogan was with one of those rubber figures, as well as the Iron Sheik back in the old WWF days, probably Super WrestleMania. I knew he was wrestling. I knew, much as Michael Jordan is associated with basketball and Babe Ruth with baseball, Hulk Hogan is the face of wrestling, or at least was growing up for me. Press the giant. Anything you can do, I can do better. Plop on his head again. It'd be cool if I could one and done somebody here. Not going to happen. Paul White moving here with a grace not been seen in many years. Before a lot of his surgeries and obviously the pitfalls of a man of his stature started to wreak their havoc on him, definitely one of the stronger athletes.
I mean, you can yell and scream and you're right, but it won't do no good because I'm the stone you can't squeeze blood from, and that's the truth. Thank you for not shouting at me.
Pile drive him on the floor. He's going to no-sell it. Yes, even Jericho on commentary in AEW, when I look at Hogan, it's like there are ways to help the company you're a part of.
Oh, please no. I have a bad back.
You're looking at Kevin Nash in TNA, how he helped the X Division, how just a presence giving you the validation, the name credibility. My saving grace a lot of the time has been that they've taunted. Not that time, though. Suplexes aren't what I was going for. It says in the book it's like vertical suplex, but it must be like a... It just says basic suplex. That's a belly to belly. I feel like the vertical suplex is the most basic there is. One-handed press by the Giant to Nash. That's just cartoony. He got it on the Giant. Doesn't matter. Giant's next to the ropes. As long as you get it off somewhat quickly. Start the button combination when you don't think you can actually start a move. You can actually do it. Send Giant packing. Look at all the health left on me. That's right. Suck it, Captain Insano. I was thinking who's going to be the top dog. Number 10, but this is number 6. It's Hulk Hogan here. I'm only half curious if there's going to be a difficulty spike. I don't believe there will be. This game does not seem complicated enough to program something like that in. None of my tricks are working. But don't get me wrong, I don't think, especially when it pertains to TNA, Hulk Hogan made all the wrong decisions. Some of his matches with Ric Flair, just showing what he was willing to give to TNA, even if it's going to just mainly make him a buck, bled a little bit for the company. It's like, I can't fault the man for that. He gave a little bit of himself. More than he had to at that age, that's for sure. I will say that. As much as I didn't like changes that him and Bischoff brought, I'm not going to ignore the fact that he did give to the company. It definitely registers a few of your button inputs in the middle of an animation, so while you're getting pulled up, you can almost start to put in button commands, and it'll start a grapple as soon as you're done with the animation of getting him up. So if you kind of start your button inputs when they're in the middle of something, it does work in your advantage from time to time. I think he knows I want to finish her. Oh, will I pull him off the top? Oh, what a car crash that was. Feet in the rope. Distracted. Oh, he's getting pissed. He's hulking up. Oh, leg drop.
Bullseye, smartass.
Oh, he's hulking up. Don't let him do this to you, Nash. Pile driver. Got time to cover. The super powerbomb finisher on Hogan. Let him stare at those lights. As we continue on our path to the WCW title, we should have match number 7 next. Also, I'm going to be giving tips on how to beat this. Attack them when they're on the ground. That's helped me out a little bit now, too. I'm not going to lie.
Elevator going down.
There's WCW Nitro, WCW Thunder, 2 PlayStation games. They were always on the shelves. Every single time I went to the store, I was aware of them. All I know is that I put this in for like 5 minutes once when I was a kid. It was like, yeah, don't care for that. As I'm playing through it, I still don't care for it. It's not that fun. You really have to pay attention, so it's like, I don't know. It's eerily enough, it reminds me of TNA in that it's not so much a wrestling game. It's you have to pay attention to your button commands because you're playing against the computer and kind of the difficulty that the design presents more than you are enjoying the game and you feel in control. If that makes any sense. The TNA Impact game, which we will eventually have on this channel, the reversal system in that game, one of the hardest to master. You feel pretty good once you get a hang of it. Love to see a counter. Not going to happen. I don't think they exist in this game. Eddie gave me a run for my money. I feel like that Hulk Hogan one was a one and done, just saying. Now that I'm thinking of it. Was it? Did anyone pull at me? No. Should have celebrated that right. Size differences here. It's catching me off guard. See, I went for a move there. And like I was saying with the animations, as long as you're quick, you can kind of input something while you're waiting for an animation to complete. It's just a strange game. Yeah, like I feel like the animation kind of caught itself there. Powerbomb to the outside. Eddie Guerrero again. No one's selling anything on that outside. Ain't gonna happen. I feel like that looks more like his jackknife than his actual super sit-out powerbomb. By the way, that's a one and done on Eddie Guerrero. His spine just ricocheting off that canvas via the powerbomb onslaught of Kevin Nash. Ric Flair 8 10, so it's not going to be Ric Flair either, the top dog we're going to topple on the ladder here today. I'm interested now, like, who... I mean, I wonder if it's just randomly programmed, but it's like, who is the top dog? Is it Sting? I don't think we faced Sting yet. I feel like all the moves have the same amount of damage, too. With the exception of, like, the standing choke. That kind of, like, takes a little bit out of you. Like, always that weird fucking noise when you're being choked in wrestling video games in the 90s. Feels like someone's wringing a wet cloth. Is that right? I don't know. Sounds like something's being stretched. Rubber rubbing against itself. That's what it sounds like. Fucking Nature Boy just wrecking me. Got like 2 one-and-dones and Flair is not having any of that nonsense. A near flawless demolition of Kevin Nash by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And he had the woo. Oh, that's so rude. Oh, multiple woos. I'll let him get away with that. Tell you, all the other moves I'm getting sometimes, I'm not even putting the button combinations for them, it's just happening. The amount of control that you feel in this game is almost non-existent. Again, not the worst one I've ever played. At least there's a wrestling ring. It has that on Backstage Assault, but the level of control and responsiveness just is not there. As I stated from the beginning, it's just the luck of the draw. At least it feels that way. Or it's just kind of like a who can get theirs first. It's chaos more than it is controlled. And as soon as Flair's up, he's just nailing you with everything in it. You want to talk about button commands, Paul? I have complete command over mine. Demolishing me. This is his yard, god damn it, apparently. Rick, what are you doing? You're drunk. You missed like 4 moves in a row right there.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time that Colin Bomber Harris has met himself.
Oh, and are there submissions in this game? No, center of the ring. Nash nowhere to go. Oh, I lost. Oh, Flair, you bastard. Credit where credit is due. That panning around the ring while I'm getting the submission put on me. That was an interesting visual. I'll give him that. That's for Flair, though, knowing that you go for a cover, as soon as you get some offense, his eyes on that ball. His hair is very white in this game. Very tan. I didn't, Paul, I know I'm thinking of someone. Who am I thinking of? It looks like someone. A caricature, a movie character or something. I can't quite put my finger on it. I really hope if it continues, because on match 8, I want to start this over. Can't even strike him to get some distance between us. Fucking spinning camera does not help at all. The orientation, like, I feel like it doesn't really seem to matter too much in this game. It spins you around to where you need to be, obviously, but like, the constant panning of it doesn't help. If I can just get one more move on him, it's gonna be so close.
What is this, amateur hour?
Oh, will that be in the ring, though? No, it will not. That should be in the middle. Away from the ropes. which is why I exited the ring. Good job, Paul. Just fucking, god damn it. Boing. Elbowed him into oblivion there. His health is low enough. 3. And that's a victory. Flair takes an elbow from the rafters, and Kevin Nash marches on towards the WCW title. Next, I wonder if it will be Sting then. I don't think I fought Sting yet. That Luger gonna go that top rope. Total package telling us part of his package does not include, I was gonna say top rope maneuvers, but called my bluff. He said, Paul, I say bullshit. Peter really doesn't like you getting 2 of those pile drivers off in a row. It's almost like it's humiliating for it. Stop spiking my head, Paul. You're making me look like a punk in front of the entire internet. Can't have you doing that. It's like, what is your purpose? Your purpose is to take pile drivers. Oh. As I'm flashing in the red. I gave him 2 in a row right there. 3 was not going to happen. Hat trick of pile drivers not in the forecast for Luger. For a loss is what's in the cards for me. Another torture rack. I think I'm going to submit again. Don't go all the way around. Oh, and he taps to the torture rack. At least I'm showing all the finishers today. And there's a hat trick of pile drivers to Luger. Can we get a 4th? No. Stop that, Paul. I'll let you have the 3. Don't like the state of my health over Luger's, being as we've given him a hat trick of pile drivers already this go round. Feet on the ropes. Really? All over the ropes, ref. Come on. I feel like after a certain point, I just can't get any moves in against Luger. It's kind of bullshit. It's pissing me off. Oh, especially when that's going to be a finisher in and of itself right there for me. Bullshit. Let him eat shit on the outside. We're paying enough attention to not have to worry about that. Spike his head for his troubles. The idiot. I'm just going to sit out there and take a flying maneuver to the concrete. I was playing the home game. I made the smart option to turn off interference because apparently in this game that can be a huge issue if you don't turn it off, so that's why I won't be seeing it in any of today's action.
Done, fucking done! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Doesn't have to be fancy, he's flashing. Come on. Oh. Super powerbomb. Is he too close to the ropes? Head's in there. Fuck it though. It's over. Forehead may have been pressed against that bottom rope. Ref didn't see it. Ref can't see it. Ref can't call it.
Fuck this guy and his knowledge of the rules.
Nash walking away with a 3 count as the victories lead us to number 10 of 10, which will be Iceman Dean Malenko. Watched a few of his matches with Eddie Guerrero when I was training, just because man's talented as fuck. Man of 1,000 holds, contrasted by Chris Jericho, who had just a few holds more. Heard not so great things about Dean Malenko personally, but the greatest cruiserweights of the 90s. As he emphatically hands me my ass. We'll try that one again. As we head into the final match of this gameplay, I will say that Nitro overall, yeah, it's not the worst wrestling game ever made, but it's not fun. Not fun. Don't care for this. It's just tedious trying to make sure you get a move off before the other person, to the point where the story of the video is control. You just don't have control. I mean, I can do what I want. I can set out to say, I'm going to give Dean Malenko a powerbomb, and I can manage that. I said I can manage that. Whip him over in the guardrail because he's not cooperating with what I said. Gifted feet of his. Yeah, give him a powerbomb. Like I said, as his health meter is telling the story of this one. Thought this game was going to be more of an impossibility to play, but it can be done. It's just patience and how long you want to deal with the fact that the success rate of what you're attempting to do is going to be very low. It can be done, though. As hopefully we will prove by the end of this video, with a title on Mr. Nash's shoulder. Does he even have a finisher, or is he just whip me down to nothing? Golly. Even his suplex is a snap one, so it's more vicious. Dean is just a wrestling machine in this fucking game. God damn. Oh, super powerbomb, middle of the ring. Will this be? It should be number 10. 1, 2, 3. Dean Malenko counts the lights, handing us the WCW Championship. At least that's what I'm assuming the prize is here in the tournament mode. As the NWOs, the Outsiders, Kevin Nash walks away victorious here at Nana's apartment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for popping by on this rundown of WCW Nitro here, THQ's attempt on the PlayStation for WCW to try and provide some wrestling entertainment for the kiddies back in the day. Nevertheless, that's another one done on Nana's apartment, another victorious run-through of a game of yesteryear. Appreciate you popping by to check out this little time capsule of old-school WCW, and I invite you, as always, to step through the ropes and join us as we enjoy some more content next time.